Hello friends, welcome to Global Tech Learn. In this video, we will practice a Power BI report deployment related question, and the question is you have this Azure SQL databases shown in the table. You plan to build a single PBIX file to meet the below requirements, and the requirements are data must be consumed from the database that corresponds to each stage of the development lifecycle. Power BI deployment pipelines must not be used. The solution must minimize administrative effort. What should you do? So now before practicing the given business case, let's try to understand what is development lifecycle. In real world, when we develop any Power BI report, developer first try to develop report in dev environment where developer can connect the Power BI desktop to the dev database where he have some mockup or the subset of the data from the production environment. Once the developer completes its report development, then he promote this report to the UAT environment or test environment where the QA team or test team conduct their testing on the report. And the test environment is the replica of the production environment where the complete production data is available so testers can test the Power BI report on the real data. And after that, once the testing is completed successfully, the report gets promoted to the production environment where the report connects to the production database and then business users can consume this report. So in this complete life cycle, we can understand there are three different databases. That is, we can see in the given table, first server URL that starts with dev, then the next server URL start with the UAT, that is for the testing environment database, and the last one is for the prod. So now with this we can understand we have three separate environments and we have achieved the three requirements. So by all these three requirements we can understand the Power BI deployment pipelines that are being used to promoting the report from one environment to other environment that we have to skip. Also we have to consume the data in the report based on the stage of the report, and administrative effort must be minimum. So by these three requirements, we can understand that the Power BI report needs to switch the database server based on the stage. For that, we have to configure the server URL in a dynamic way in the Power BI report. So for that, we have parameters option in the Power BI. So now let's practice this case in the Power BI. So here in Power BI, as we want to develop the report in dev environment, so let's connect to the SQL server in dev environment. So for that, let's go to the new data source, SQL Server, and then we have to provide the server name. So this is the dev server name, and thereafter we have to provide the database name. And here let's select one table, customer. And in customer table, we can see we have approx 7 to 8 records. And on the right side, if you see the last column, we have stage. That is the column just to understand in which environment we are connecting. So here we can see under stage column, we have value as a development as we are connected to the dev server. Now let's click on the OK. And now we have imported data from dev SQL Server database. So now let's assume that the report development has completed. Now we have to promote this report to the UAT environment. So in UAT environment, to update the server name from dev to the UAT server name, the team will require to open this Power BI report and update the server connection from Power BI desktop. To avoid this, we can make this Power BI server name dynamic by using parameters. So for that, let's go to the manage parameters and let's click on the new parameter. And here we have to provide the server URL, and the server URL should be as a type text. So let's select the type as text, and thereafter we have to provide the value. So let me provide the dev value for now, and let's click on the OK. Now this server URL parameter we need to configure in the database connection. For that, let's go to the data source setting, update this connection. So let's click on the change source, and then here we have to change this hard-coded server name with the parameter. So let's click on the parameter, and now we can see we are getting the list of the available parameters. So let's select the server URL, and all the other things we can keep as is, as only the server URL needs to be dynamic. And let's click on the OK and close. And now let's go to the data. And now here you can see we are getting dev data, and now we want to move it into the UAT environment. So once it goes to UAT environment, or we publish this report in the Power BI services, So there they just need to update the parameter with the U8 environment server URL. So for that they can update the server URL with the U8 environment. So let me provide the U8 environment server URL. And now let's go to the table. Now here you can see we are getting data from test server. As we can see under stage column we are getting test and we are getting total 9 records. So now without change connection details, by updating only just this parameter, the testing team can test the report on the services. Now once the testing team completes their test successfully, they can promote this report to the production instance. So once they publish this report in the production workspace, then they need to update the server URL with the production server. So for that they can go to the parameters, and under parameters they just need to update the server URL parameter with the production server name. So here we can see we have production server name, and that's it. Now without opening the report they will get the production data in the report. So here we can see we are getting 10 records from production database, and under stage column we can see this is the production stage. So now let's go back to the question. So here with this practice, we were able to consume all the three databases as per their corresponding stage of the development life cycle. Also, we were not using Power BI deployment pipelines in this approach. Also, the solution minimize the administrative efforts as the developers don't need to open the report while moving report from dev to the test or the prod, and they have to just update the parameter. So now let's look at the options. So in question 1, we created one parameter. So the correct answer is one parameter. And second question, parameter type, that should be text as it will store the server URL. So the first option, that is text, is the correct answer.